Okay, ladies and gentlemen, well, the Decent Life Initiative is an initiative that aims to raise the standard of living of more than 50 or 60 million Egyptians. It is an initiative that was launched by President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, and it started from Upper Egypt, which has been neglected for years before President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi came to office. Well, to shed more light on this, we have the pleasure to have this phono with Dr. Zeinab Nawar, Professor of Economics. Good morning.
Good morning, my dear.
Well, Dr. Nawar, as we all know that before President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi came to office, Upper Egypt governorates was completely neglected. And when the initiative of the Decent Life started launched by President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, the Decent Life initiative started from Upper Egypt governorates. So give us your insight concerning this.
Yes, of course, and yes, indeed, for the Decent Life initiative for the Upper Egypt, I would say that a lot of infrastructure projects, if you talk about also sanitation projects and drinking water, in all of these types of developmental projects, it was a must. And actually, the Upper Egypt governorates and villages and poor villages was in a deadly need for these projects. So definitely, Haya Karima is doing a total change in the lives of the Egyptians who are living in these places in the Upper Egypt and also in poor villages, in terms of providing them with the basic needs that they needed for a long time. The basic needs and the substance level is very important that you give it to the people in different villages and different poor villages. This is to ensure that people are just receiving a decent type of services, especially the essential services.
Yes, also there is a big cooperation between the Decent Life Initiative and also the initiative of Takaful and Karama, or the Solidarity and Dignity program. There are complete coordination between the two initiatives. Give us an idea about also this.
Yes, of course, because you're having here a multiple effect. I mean, if you are just in Decent Life working on the infrastructure and the needed infrastructure projects, and in Takaful Karama, you're just providing some incentives for the poor in exchange that they would encourage their children to go to school, and also if we talk about getting or having some educational and training sessions related to their health. So definitely you're just having this type of software skills that you are trying to add to these poor areas. And also if you talk about education, which is very important, and if the parents are not able to send their children to school because they are lacking financial support and the affordable money. So by Takaful and Karama, by doing that, at least you are supporting them and giving the poor and the needy the certain amount of money, certain amount of cash that would facilitate that. Sometimes it seems that it is small interpretations, but it has a bigger effect.
Yes, so Dr. Nawar, the first phase or the first part of the Decent Life Initiative have ended, and it's still continuing in other governorates. How do you see the echo that is left behind the Decent Life Initiative and the achievements it has achieved until now, and its effect on the citizen and the society, reflecting how the state is keen on providing help and support for the citizens?
Of course, the state is keen for that, because if you talk about the lacking of the infrastructure projects for the poor villages, I'm talking about the basic needs in terms, again, drinking water and sanitation and even decent food. Of course, this is changing the lives of millions of Egyptians. And of course, the extension of this initiative to the rest of governorates and the rest of areas and places in Egypt that do need these projects will add a lot to the population of these places and these villages. So I think the continuation of the initiative is a must, and what the initiative is adding is having a greater and multiplier effect to the Egyptian economy and, of course, to the poor.
Yes, so how is this initiative, the initiative of the Decent Life, also is boosting the economy in Egypt by establishing also projects throughout the governorates it is covering. Give us your idea, your point of view concerning the economic side.
Of course, the economic side, the most important thing that you are providing a substance level of services to the needy and to the poor and to the needy areas in Egypt. So it will reflect on the productivity of the persons and productivity of the poor in these areas, which of course will reflecting on the growth and economic growth. Providing such an important services, it has much more effect on the growth. Maybe we were talking about indirect effect, but it's important indirect effect because once again it reflects on the citizens' quality of life, and also it reflects on the standard of living of the Egyptian, which is the most important thing that we have to look at. So definitely when you have decent roads in poor villages, so you are facilitating the movement and the trade in these places. When you have a clean drinking water, so you are preserving the health of the Egyptians in these places. When you have sanitation also, services of sanitation also, we're talking about the health of the Egyptians at these places. So these services are very important for the Egyptian, what we can say, quality of life.
Yes, Dr. Nawar, some analysts in Egypt have described the Decent Life initiative as the president's gift to the Egyptians. So, how do you see this word?
Yes, yes, definitely. It's a gift to the Egyptian, yes, because since the 60s, and we have a lot of places there in Upper Egypt and in different governorates lacking these basic services. So yes, it's a gift for the Egyptians, and I think it's the opportunity for the Egyptians to take an advantage of that. I mean, if we have a new infrastructure project added to a certain village, this will facilitate a lot of things related to the work and related to the economic activities. So people in these poor villages, they have to benefit from that, and they have also to build on that.
Yes, so Dr. Nawar, women are participating in the Decent Life initiative also by providing support, experience, and by volunteering. Also, at the same time, the Decent Life initiative is providing the women in Upper Egypt governorates full support. So, how do you see this?
Yes, the full support for the women and through the Decent Life is through that you just train the women there in these poor places and poor areas on certain skills and certain activities that would guarantee that the women in these places would use these skills to gain more money and to gain more income into their families. So the most important thing is of taking care of women and the participation of women, especially when we talk about economic development, especially we talk about jobs, tasks, training courses, awareness courses and awareness sessions. This will add a lot to the women there in these areas, and also this would integrate with the gains of Decent Life initiatives.
Yes, also Dr. Nawar, also concerning the youth. The youth are participating in the Decent Life initiative, and are a large number of youth are volunteering. So tell us your insight concerning the idea of volunteering by the Egyptian youth. How important is this?
Yes, the importance of the youth to volunteer in this initiative. First, you have the sense, they should have the sense of community. I mean, by letting the youth from different universities to volunteer in these activities, so they will have a sense of loyalty, and also they have the sense of understanding of their communities and their communities' needs. And also you are using the energy of the youth in providing services for these poor areas. Actually, for Decent Life, you need the effort, and you need the support from each and every Egyptian citizen. And of course, the youth are one of the important pillars of this initiative. And they should continue like this, because this is the role I'm talking about, the youth towards their community.
Yes, actually, the initiative is enhancing the youth potentials in Egypt and providing them with experience and benefiting from their ideas and the way they think for the future of Egypt with because Egypt 60% of the population are youth. So we go to another point, which is the Decent Life Initiative, and how does it support the civil society and the society in general?
The civil society should, of course, participate and participate heavily in this initiative. And this is the case what happening, that the civil society truly, yes, is participating, because the civil society is one of the nearest entities to the poor and to the needy in these areas, and one of the nearest also entities that will tell what actually the people would need in these places. So once again, you add the energy of the youth into the decent life, and also you are using the civil society community, the community of civil society, to benefit also from their knowledge and from their understanding of the society, and also to benefit from their energy and experience.
Yes, so Dr. Nawar, now the picture started we started to see the picture of how the decent life effect or echo because the first phase now is coming to an end. But give us an idea about the picture that we are going to see within the coming years concerning the Decent Life Initiative, especially in developing the housing and also education and health and improving the services in the governorates and the living conditions in general for the citizens.
Of course, and I'm sorry, I need to ask, ECHO, you mean that the environmental project? You're talking about environmental projects and adapting with the environmental techniques? And
yes.
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 In
Actually, let me express myself more. Actually, the Decent Life Initiative is going parallel also with the government's ideas or plan to for digitalization they said that through the Decent Life there would be a complex in every governorate or in every village that is going to provide services for the citizens in the villages and the governorates, and it's all digitalized. So
yes, I'm with you. Part part of the initiative is presenting. It's about the infrastructure projects and the sanitation and drinking water and all of these types of what we can say important services. The digitalization of the economy and the digitalization of the Egyptian economy, and also moving into a digital system, I think we are doing well for, if we are talking about the start of it in the poor villages, because we need to use the technology and different techniques and the advanced technology also to grasp an information, to collect data, to provide services. And this is very important pillar as a first step if you'd like to enhance also the standard of living of the Egyptians. So through the use of digital systems and the technology, you can know the number of infected diseases in a place, for example. So you would just do the right counting of them, and then you can also put the right policies of the proper ways of treatment. I mean, digitalization for the Upper Egypt, number one should be taking care of the essentials of the citizens, collecting data, which is one of the most important things that we truly need for the Upper Egypt and for the poor villages in Egypt. We need to collect proper data, and the technology and the digitalization is one of these themes. In addition to that, once you start in an economic activity, the using of the digital methods and the using of the latest techniques, of course, this would enhance a lot in the speedy activity, and also this will also make the action that we would do faster. Actually, the use of digital technology is very important, and is it's a must, especially for the poor areas and the poor villages. Already we started in Egypt to work of the digitalization of the whole of the economy. Good steps had been taken, but more steps still needed.
Yes, also we're running out of time, but I would like that you also give us your point of view concerning the several national mega projects that took place in the several governorates going parallel with the Decent Life Initiative.
The mega project actually it goes along the Decent Life initiative, and for the mega project also we are talking about different roads and bridges and in all of this mega project that had linked different parts of Egypt, and the mega project also had created good opportunities of job employment, especially when we talk about Corona. And what we do have right now also still we have some sort of worldwide recession because of the crisis that we do have now between Russia and Ukraine.
Yes.
So the mega project has added to the Egyptian economy, to the growth and to the economic development. And we need to build on this mega project and also to find the proper way of functioning this project, and also more of project would create more of job opportunities.
Yes, I thank you very much for your time. Thank you for your valuable information. Dr. Zeinab Nawar, Professor of Economics, thank you very much for joining us over the phone. And with this, my dear viewers, we come to the end of this episode of our program, The Breakfast Show. I was in the company of my colleague Mahisti Rabia. My name is Amal Mukhtar. Thank you for watching.